Guys, what's up? How's things shaking? Andrew C. Bailey here. 5-star rotation of the phone expert. Rotating phone. You can't turn your phone while recording, they say. All right, well, we'll turn it back and see if we get naughty again. All right, are we ready? Okay, so this is the 5-star Dream Acceleration Show. It's for leaders, uplifters, entrepreneurs, coaches, people who have a message, and even musicians who have a message that they want to get out into the world, but they're having problems rising up because they have this thing inside of them that's telling them they're not good enough. This stuff inside of them that's telling them, really care about what other people think. All this stuff that I call success blocks, weighing them down, and so they can't step forward, and so nobody gets their gift. Nobody's getting their gift. Whatever that gift is. It could be the gift of music. It could be the gift of prayer. It could be the gift of you're a great coach who's really encouraging, and they're not receiving that. So today we're going to be talking about the comfort zone trap that you may be in right currently now that's making you not go after your full potential, be confident in the actions you're taking on a daily basis. Listen, what would it be like if you could, say, divorce the comfort zone for eternity and never be in it, and be in a state where you're growing, but you're learning and you're loving it every day, growing financially, growing in your health, growing in your relationships, growing in your connection with the universe or God or whatever you want to believe in? What if all those were green lit? They weren't at a red stop. They weren't even yellow. They were at green lit. They were all lit up in just the way that you wanted them. And you had the power to manifest all that stuff. Well, it starts with getting rid of the success blocks. If you're in your comfort zone, it means that you have success blocks within you that are stopping you from going to the next level. You want to bust out of the comfort zone. Comfort zone, by the way, it feels like there's not much of a difference in each of the days that you live. You do kind of the same things, you think the same things, you feel the same way, you have the same emotional upsets. These are a recurring thing for you. And I used to have that too, man. I used to have the problem where I wasn't fixing my problems. I was just staying in that comfort zone, not knowing how to get out of it. Knowing when you're in the comfort zone is critical. And then knowing how to bust out of it, like Superman could bust through a wall, knowing how to get out of that is one of the greatest things you can do on planet Earth. In my opinion, it's a superpower. So can you gain this superpower of knowing when you're in the comfort zone and breaking out of it when you've had enough? So the comfort zone is like Bill Murray's movie Groundhog's Day. And you're just going around in circles. I actually call it the loop life. And there's not much difference to your life. It feels the same way. You think the same thoughts. You find yourself regurgitating the same one-liners that you learned in high school, or that you learned from family, or that you learned from somewhere, maybe a movie. And you're stuck doing that same thing over and over again. It's like eating a jar of boiled eggs every day. After a while, you're just like, I can't live this way anymore. Right? And so you got to know when you're eating those boiled eggs. And it's easy. It's easy because life doesn't doesn't feel vital and alive. Your energy's not actually flowing. And I didn't know this for the longest time. I used to be in real resistance to life, not accepting anything, because I developed a really judgmental mind where I was judging people. I was judging, everything. I mean, I originally had, in 2007, I had a business where I taught men how to be better with women so that they could grow their confidence levels and so that they could choose their mate and not have to just settle for like somebody they met in the social circle or somebody that mom and dad set you up with or any of that. But I did fashion consulting with those men. That was the first thing I did with them as a kind of a ritual to say, you know, I'm stepping into a new life. I'm busting out of that comfort zone. But the mind I had back then was pretty unconscious. I was unaware of the thoughts that I was having. And I didn't realize I had a judgmental mind. And I was always critiquing things, like critiquing clothes and shoes and all that. And you can get in a pattern of judgment. That can be your comfort zone, is you're just habitually judging everything, labeling everything as good, bad, right, or wrong. And you're caught in that cycle. And then you wonder why your life doesn't feel good. Listen, if you want a great life, it's not the money in your bank account. It's not what your body looks like. It's none of that, or material possessions that you've acquired. It's, do you feel badass on a daily basis? Do you feel happy? Do you have emotional mastery? Do you have the ability to start spiraling with negative thinking and then be able to identify it and pull yourself out and feel good again, and not have that last like a couple days or a couple weeks and have it mount into a habitual pattern? So comfort zones, man, people get caught in them. You know, people get caught in this health story too. That's another comfort zone. Everybody tells stories, by the way. So I've coached thousands of people. Literally, like, just imagine my job. Somebody rings me and I'm talking to them and we're going deep on personal stuff because you yearn for a different level of life. You thirst for it. You want it. And so I'm talking to these people every single day. And don't you think I pick up on some patterns and some things that were similar that they're all saying, and then how to bust through those? So some people tell health stories. They talk about how bad their health is. They talk about, you know, maybe they've gotten, like, they have a bad kidney and they're talking about how that kidney, you know, is holding them back. Or it could be anything, but it's a health story. Like maybe it's a story about your energy. You've gotten into a pattern where you think that you don't have energy, and you support that with language and beliefs that are congruent with that. So it's like, I don't have energy. I'm always sluggish. I'm always tired. Well, one of the reasons you're always tired is because you say you're tired. Ask and it shall be given. Whatever you put out, you get back. Physics. If I'm putting out to the universe that I'm tired and I'm exhausted, the universe is going to say, okay, yes, you are. You're tired and exhausted. Feel this way, right? So you really have to know how to get out of this comfort zone. And it could be a health story. It could be a money story. So there's poverty stories people tell about, it's usually lack of money because you grew up with a family with lack of money. Or it could be a story about health. It could be a story about, some people's comfort zone is literally, I was the high school quarterback of the football team and I won the state championship. And now it's like 15 years later and I'm stuck telling that story, which I've created over and over again. And it's like a personal teddy bear now off the shelf. You love that story. I'm not getting rid of that teddy bear. Somebody like me tries to take away the teddy bear so you can be free and live without suffering. You think your mind's going to want to give up that teddy bear? No, it's not going to want to get rid of the story because it has an affinity for it. Yeah. The brain and the body. Now here's what I want you to shift into this realm. Okay, and then I'm going to give you 3 tips to get out of the comfort zone permanently. You'll never be the same. Imagine you're in a robot. Okay, you're in a robot, and you're not the robot because you're in it. Right? You're the animating force inside the body. Technically, the soul's outside the body, but let's just say for easy purposes, you're inside the body, and you're the one that's animating. So I can move my fingers like this because of consciousness. Right? I'm the animating force in my body. Okay, I can do my head. Do you ever just sit here and go, okay, I can do my head this way, I can do it this way. I can stick out my tongue. I can open my mouth this way. I can move this way. Who's doing that? Consciousness. Consciousness, you, the soul. And the robot, which you can just break down into your brain and then your body, is basically has become to the point where you've grown into autopilot mode, where your thoughts are now comfort zone thoughts. They're the same thoughts every single day, or stories like we talked about before. And you think the same way. Harvard did a study where literally they said that 90% of your thoughts are the same thoughts you had yesterday. 90% of your thoughts are the same you had yesterday. And it's been like that forever. And so you keep creating the same comfort zone. Your thinking never changed. And if your thinking doesn't change, you can't go to a new realm. You can't go to a new dimension. You can't go down another path that you've never been down, because you're still thinking within the comfort zone. And if you're bathing in the comfort zone, you got to get out. Is this making sense, guys? You have to know when you're in the comfort zone. I spend a lot of my time getting my clients out of the comfort zone. When my clients sign up with me, we're taking that comfort zone out. It's my target. I grew up deer hunting. I grew up with that kind of family. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go hunting for your comfort zone, and it's not going to last. Not on my watch. I'm going to rip out all the success blocks you have. You think you're going to come into my program and maintain down thinking? You think you're going to come work with me, team up with me because you want more, and I love that, and think that you're going to stay the same? You're not going to stay the same. My job is to put you outside the comfort zone and keep you there for your own benefit, because you paid me to. Because you thirst for more and you deserve more and you're worthy of more. So knowing this comfort zone, guys, do you know? Are you aware enough? Is that animation within you aware enough to say, hey, the mind, the brain, is sending out a thought that's not me, that says we should do this thing tomorrow, not today. Procrastination thought. So knowing when those brain scripts they're what I call brain scripts or comfort zone scripts. They're little thoughts, stories in your head that keep you in a cycle of living that you're not satisfied with. Natalia says, he speaks the truth. Thank you, dear. Dude, I'm on the pulpit today. People are afraid to be on the pulpit. They're like, I don't want to come across like I'm trying to be somebody. Dude, why don't you just come across authentic and not care what people think about you? That's the key. You're dangerous. You're at a dangerous level of freedom when you stop caring about what anybody thinks about you, because you come to a realization, and I'm going to give you 3 ways to get out of the comfort zone, so stay around. You come to a realization that you're here on planet Earth for you, and you're here to create and do you, and not do everybody else. 3 5-star tips right here to stay out of the comfort zone, get out of it forever. The first thing is you got to be cognizant of your language that you're using. There's certain languages for certain comfort zones. So comfort zone language would be, I'm stuck. I have this feeling of stuck. Using the word hate, using the word displeased, using the word I'm irritated, I'm frustrated. If you use that languaging, you'll stay in that realm, right? If you want to ascend to a different realm, one of higher light, or one that feels better, then what you must do is start thinking up. You must think, I have an unbelievable life. I'm living the good life already. Things always work out for me. I'm the shit. I'm deserving. I'm worthy. I'm lucky. I've always been lucky, and I'll always be lucky. Today is a wonderful day full of magic and miracles, and I'm blessed just to breathe. And you start thinking up, and your life suddenly becomes up, because your life is a reflection of what you most strongly believe or what you most strongly think. So if you go from down thinking of frustration to thinking up, then your life goes to a new level instantly. And then you got to keep that up habitually. That's the first lesson. So we talked about language, upgrade the language. The second thing is do something to break out of the routine that you're in. You're in a routine, a habitual routine of thinking, of taking certain actions. Do something immediately that's wildly out of your comfort zone. If you haven't, or maybe not even wildly, it's just completely different than what you usually do. Like, for example, did you know in Las Vegas you can actually rent rooms? They're like destruction rooms where you can take sledgehammers and like break shit. And this helps people with their emotional therapy. Like, it helps get emotions outside of their body by them slamming things. It's an incredible experience that I look forward to actually doing, but it looks amazing. And so you want to wildly get out of your comfort zone. Jacqueline and I, the other day, we went bike riding, and San Diego has we took an Uber somewhere. Then we were going to take an Uber back, but our debit card didn't work. Oh no. And then I looked over and there were these bikes. There was a green bike. There was a yellow bike. They're bikes you can literally just like unlock and go wherever you want in San Diego. It's definitely an thumbs up for San Diego. And so Jacqueline and I were just pedaling away in the hot sun down roads we had never been. And it was what we call Adventure Day on Saturday, where we break outside the comfort zone on purpose, and it's scheduled, right? Who said that's cool? Somebody said that is cool. Natalia says that is cool. Thank you, dear. So, change your languaging to bust out of the comfort zone. The second thing is do something wildly different than you're used to doing. And the last thing is get help. Ask for help, because the comfort zone is a lot like this. It's called going nose blind. And let's say you have dogs. Okay, you have dogs, you love the dogs, but the dogs stink and the house stinks. After you've been in that house for a while, you go nose blind. You can't tell the smell's even around anymore. And you're not even aware of the smell anymore until somebody comes and tells you and points out, did you know your house really reeks? And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. That's what it's like for me to take one of your success blocks away. First I identify it and you go, oh my God, I didn't even know it was there. And then you're like, whoa, this is crazy. Getting help is the number one thing you got to do in this lifetime. And it's challenging for a lot of people because of the ego. The ego wants to look right. It doesn't want to look weak. But asking for help is one of the most intelligent things you can do in this lifetime. Because if you ask for help and you ask the right person for help at the right time, you can accelerate your success, because they can pick out your comfort zone for you and say, you didn't know you're trapped in this one and this one and this one, and you've got these certain blocks. And that's what I do for people. They have these big dreams, right? These big singing dreams, or these big entrepreneurial dreams, or these big coaching dreams. But something inside of them, or a number of things inside of them internally, is holding them back from going after it. And so what I do when people ask me for help and they're on the phone with me, I'm looking for that comfort zone. And I'm also looking for what are the success blocks that are keeping this person wired in to that comfort zone. And then let's get them out, right? So asking for help. The first help I ever asked for, main help, was in 2007 when I was learning how to be better with women, and I invested in a $3,000 boot camp in Seattle. And what that boot camp did is it took us out into bars and clubs to get us not only meeting women, but to get some courage and confidence within us. And we went from meeting hardly any women in a week to meeting more women in one night than we have in our entire lives. I mean, going from meeting like one every couple weeks to that night you're meeting 12 to 15 new women. I mean, it blows your reality. So getting your help is a great way. Getting help and having comfort zone and success blocks pointed out is like literally getting help putting dynamite on the comfort zone and then lighting it and watching it and then stepping back, please, and watching it explode. And then you're ascended to the next level. Is this making sense? This has got to make sense. Language can keep you locked into the comfort zone. 2, do something new. Break out of the routine. And the third thing I'm going to give you is get help. If you need my help, like I got help in 2007, so we met all those women, and guess what happened? I busted out of my comfort zone. I put myself in an environment on purpose so that I could get out of that comfort zone. And so if you want help getting outside of your comfort zone and like it doesn't exist anymore, and you want to be pushed to rise up, maybe you're a leader who sees themselves speaking on stage, or you're a musician that sees the crowd roaring for you, or you're a coach who really wants to do what I'm doing and get on calls with people and really be helping them get rid of their suffering so they can achieve, then I want to help you with your comfort zone, blowing that up, and also the success blocks that you have. So I want to offer you right now a 90-minute session with me called Success Blocks Masterclass. And we're going to spend 90 minutes identifying quickly where you're at right now, but really identifying what you want in your life. Because you deserve a great life, right? You deserve to go to the next level. And so I'm going to identify, what is it that you want? What's the thing that makes your heart thump, basically? What's the thing that excites you so much that you would wake up in the morning every single day to do and you naturally be enthused about it? What's that thing? And we dig deep in figuring out what that is. We're identifying your one dream. And then you come on the call to get rid of the success blocks that are standing in the way of you actually getting that dream fast. And so some feedback I've gotten from this session, this 90-minute session, is basically you've changed my life in the last 90 minutes forever. One lady, she talked to her father she hadn't talked to for a long time. Another had shed a lot of things that shame she had for money and body shame and all this stuff. And other people get other results too. They get new insights to take their business to the next level because of what I'm doing with when I remove success blocks. And I like to have fun doing it, by the way. It's not like you're going into the psychiatrist and you're going into the therapist and it's going to be very, very serious and it's going to be heavy. Nothing like that. We're getting on the phone with each other and saying, look, man, what do you want? And then we're saying, what's in the way? And then I'm going to take care of your number one success block that you have that's stopping you. Have you ever played the game Jenga? Jenga is a game where, imagine this is a bunch of different blocks stacked on top of each other. And Jenga is a game where you like pull out a lot of the blocks to basically see how long you can go. But your number one success block is hanging down at the bottom. And if we just yank that out, all your other success blocks like go away because they were built upon that foundational success block. I need to find that success block within 90 minutes and explode it with dynamite with you. And imagine how much more available energy you'll have to go out in the world and go after your dreams like a hungry cheetah going after a gazelle. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to get to another level of life. You deserve better. You are worthy. There is not an ounce of you that doesn't deserve everything that you can even imagine. And so if you want to do this 90 minutes Success Blocks Masterclass, I'm going to drop a link below. There's only 3 spots. There's only 3 spots. Is it 3 spots or are we going with 5? Oh no, we're going with 6 spots. Okay, we're going with 6 spots. Jacqueline does all the back end stuff for business. There's 6 spots. They're going to go fast because I have almost 5,000 people on this Facebook, and I have a newsletter, and I have a lot of clients I'm going to give this to that were former and they want to get a taste of me. This is good also if you want a taster test with me. If you're not ready to do the Ultimate Dream Acceleration program with me. This is for you if you want to just be like, let's test this out for 90 minutes and let's see if there's some chemistry with us. Let's see if we can improve as a team on this call. I'm ready, coach. I'm ready to go to the next level. I'm tired of my comfort zone. I'm done with my comfort zone. So if you want that session, Jacqueline's going to drop now the link. She already did. There's 6 spots, she says. They're going to go fast. I want to be talking to you soon. Thank you for watching, guys, and keep out of that comfort zone. Andrew C. Bailey, 5-star Dream Acceleration Coach. And that's the show.